Good morning. I believe it's May 1st, I think. But today it's a beautiful day and we're going to be doing PR1, which is the Stairway to Heaven, and possibly PR 1.2, depending on timing. Then after that, I'm going to go to Puerto Moniz, go see the swimming pools, possibly do the zip line. I'm not too sure about that, but I feel like that is one of those situations where I'm just going to have to get over it. I think it's the largest zip line in Europe, so it's not like I could do that every single day, so I'll just suck it up and do it. But I'm just going to put on some sunscreen and we're going to wait for the shuttle and go do the Stairway to Heaven. Alrighty, we're starting PR1. This is crazy. One side is completely clear and the other side is just clouds. Look, someone's flying their drone. I don't know if you can see it. Whatever. I cannot explain how crazy this is to be so high up and everything that's protecting me is just this rope. That's where we started, over there. Wow. And then there's that guy. I just watched him climb up there. I was having a heart attack. Here he comes back down. I'm praying for him. I'll ask him if he wants this video or not. Crazy. Oh, it wasn't too bad, but when I saw him get up there, he was like going up around that way. I don't know, it was too much. So this used to be closed and it only used to be just this part. I don't think I'm gonna go past that part because it's a one-way past this and my car's all the way over there and I didn't figure out how to get back. Plus, I think I've had enough of heaven. I'm just kidding. But I'm ready to go back to the car. I think this was a lot, very high up here, and I feel very satisfied with the hike. I'm just gonna have a quick snack at the top. Look, I'm literally in the clouds. Okay, I just finished PR1 and I picked up
Daniel. Nice to meet you guys.
He's the one who was on the cliff. I gave him the video. He's pretty cool. He's from Maryland. And now we're done.
There we go.
Now I'm gonna start the hike back to the car, which is over there. And they have a little walkway hike to the car. Because I don't feel like waiting for the shuttle. Like there's like, oh my god, I just fell. Yeah, so I just finished the hike back to the car. It actually was a pretty good like pathway down. I think I made a good choice by doing the shuttle up and taking the trek down, because on the way down I saw this lady who was like really out of breath going up. And no shame, I was totally out of breath. I'm out of breath all the time, so no shame. But I think I'd rather be out of breath on the PR rather than on the way to the PR and then having to do the PR. But yeah. One thing that kind of ticked me off just a tad bit was that, I know this exists everywhere, but there are certain people that don't have situational awareness. And there's this couple who we got to the car park at the same time, we got to the top at the same time, we did the trek around the same time. Like, I saw them all the time while I was on the PR. This guy had no situational awareness. While we were paying for parking, he was playing with his girlfriend, like, oh, is this the right tag for the car? Like, while there was a whole long line waiting to pay for parking. And he was also incredibly loud. Like, I understand we're outside, and no hate again, you do you, but there's a certain, like, volume, I think. Like, I get it if you're yelling to your friend across the way, but she's standing, like, right next to him. Your volume doesn't need to be on 20, in my personal opinion. But that's just me. And then on the way down, I kept going, and then they took the street down, but I still heard the guy the entire way down. Whatever. I am now on my way to Puerto Moniz. Gonna go to the beach. I am sweating. That trek was so hard. Not so hard, actually. I take that back. It was just a lot of stairs, and I hate stairs. I felt like Kung Fu Panda, where, like, stairs are my enemy. Like, even in my competitive swimming days when I was in the best shape of my life, stairs were always my enemy. Hated them. This PR hike was so nice, though. I was in the clouds. I was, like, on top of the world. And I took the L and didn't do the morning sunrise for this because I was not about to drive at 5 in the morning, because that's when they said to get here, at 5 in the morning. And then let alone do the hike while it's pitch black. That would not be for me. Actually, it is, what time it is? I think it's like 2. It is 2:21 right now. I think that since this PR has a huge hype about being sunrise, that once it gets later in the day, I was pretty much, generally speaking, alone. Like, I had times where I could just take videos and it was just me. So I personally rather have that than see the sunrise with a bunch of people, but that's just me. I would recommend, though, if you want kind of more of a peaceful walk, to do it in the afternoon. It was hotter, or at least today, because I also chose a very sunny day. Like, I wanted a clear sky, and that's exactly what I got. So I'm not complaining that it was hot, but just obviously the later in the day you go, it's more hot. But it was definitely less crowded. I could take my time. It was very nice. So I'm still, like, a little iffy about the zip line, but honestly, I was talking to that guy Daniel, and he was a major, like, risk taker. He loves the adrenaline, and I was telling him, like, honestly, I might just suck it up and do it. And he was like, yeah, zip lines are cool, like, they're safe, yada yada yada. And I was like, all right, but honestly, it would be just to say that I did it. Let's go. So I'm back here. This is where Stein and I really started talking about me going to the Netherlands. This is where I asked my best friend if I was crazy, and he asked Jocko if I was crazy, and if that whole thing was crazy. So here's where it all started. So I'm here at the zipline place. They also have a giant swing that goes over the edge of the cliff, basically. But getting here was crazy. I know I say everything is on top of a cliff and a mountain. It's true. I literally went straight up. My car, I was like, oh, I hope that it will make it. I hope. I don't see the zipline, but the swing, I was gonna do, they have like a package where you could do both. But looking at the swing, I'm already very scared of this in general. And then now that I'm here and seeing it, I'm like, maybe I won't do the swing. But the swing is obviously like, you have that first initial big swing, and then as you keep swinging, it obviously gets less and less. But if I have to do one, I'm going to, of course, do the zip line. So wish me luck. There he goes. Yeah, I think the swing for me is gonna be a no. Okay, I take it back. I think it's just the initial thing. So there's the zip line. What the hell? That's the zip line right there. Alright, so they were nice enough to let me go scope out the place because I didn't see the zip line. I thought it was off this cliff. No, it's like between two mountains. And I just need to do it. I think I need to do it just to say that I did it. And then also just because I'm here. Like, I could have been on the beach right now, but I'm here. So I might as well just do it. They're right. Like, the more I think about it, I'm like, no. But, like, that's how I do with roller coasters. I, like, look up everything before just so I can mentally prepare. But it's actually 2 zip lines. You have to zip line to, like, the little first house, and then you have to zip line back to here. So it's 2. It's like that episode of South Park I love. It's called I Should Have Never Gone Zip Lining, where it's just, like, one zip line after the other. So that's all I've been thinking about. But I think we're gonna do it. We have to. I have to. Do it for the vlog. Do it for the plot. Just do it. I'm actually pooping my pants right now. My watch stress is high. Alright guys, we're doing it. This is crazy. I'm just gonna go put my stuff back in the car and then we're waiting for the bus.
Good, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, fly.
Oh my God!
You're good. You okay? Yes, you like it.
Okay, this one it's a bit faster.
Oh my God!
Oh, land.
Can you stand up? My job is really funny. Can you turn around to me? Good job!
Oh my gosh, I did it. I did the zip line. I don't know what to say. The big one, that one was okay. I had a good time. There was a point where you could like look around, you know, see the scenes. I did end up renting the camera just because I was like, do I take my own camera? But then I was like, what if it gets damaged, yada yada yada. So I decided to rent the camera. Oh my gosh, best decision of my life. If I brought my camera, over, dead. Camera would have been gone. The big one, good, all great. Would have been fine with just that. The second one was just to get from point A to point B. Negative. We'll never do that again. It was straight down, like literally just to get you to point A, from point A to point B. I screamed the entire way down. There was no point of me attempting to get any kind of video. It's probably gonna be sideways. It's probably gonna be this. It's probably gonna be that. I just screamed the entire way. And the guy behind me, we were waiting and we were talking, and at first he was like, oh, it's gonna be fine, yada yada yada, but as it got closer, you could definitely see him getting nervous, and he also screamed the entire way down too. Editing Amelia here. I have some beef to pick right now. So I went on TikTok to find videos of the zip line to see if I could do like a, this is what I expected versus the reality, because my video was hilarious. But now every single video that I'm seeing is from people who like went down exactly like me, like shitting themselves. But when I was doing the research and looking at it before, it was people who were just like la 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 la, like it looked peaceful. Once you finish the second zip line, you still have to walk about 10 minutes to turn in all your gear. So as we were walking back, it was me, him, and his mom all walking back to the car. And the base is at the end of a street, so it's like a one-way street, essentially, like a dead end. So we passed their car. The mom was like, okay, you guys go turn in your gear. I'm going to wait in the car. So then it was me and him. On the way back up, then my car was first. So when we get to my car, I opened the door. I was like, oh, so nice meeting you. And he was like, likewise. I hope you have a great rest of your trip. Very, very nice, very polite. Then he's kind of stood there. So I was like, oh. But I didn't want to jump to conclusions. And I also don't know what to do in these situations. I'm very awkward. Plus, I don't have any social media except TikTok and YouTube. So I'm not going to be like, yo, you have a TikTok? Anyway, so he asked me, oh, do you have an Instagram? And I was like, no, I'm really sorry, I don't have an Instagram. But then I was like, do I tell him I have a TikTok? Because not a lot of people have TikTok, or, it's very weird that some people have Instagram but not TikTok. People never have both. Besides the point. I didn't know whether to ask him if he had TikTok or not. I didn't say anything. So then he was like, have a good rest of your trip. And I was like, oh, thanks, you too. But he still kind of lingered there for like a second or two. So I didn't know whether to be like, oh, do you want my number? Or I was waiting to see if he was going to ask me if he wanted it, because I don't want to jump to conclusions. And also I feel like giving out your number is a little bit like, I don't know. I'm saying this as if I just didn't go to the Netherlands with someone I met 10 days ago. Or 10 days prior. Anyways, he then walked back to his car. But since this road is a dead end, he still had to pass my car to then turn around to leave. So then I saw his car come down the mountain, make the U-turn, and come back up. And as he comes back up, he stops, I roll down my window, and he's like, bye again. And I was like, bye. And his mom was in the car, and so she was like, bye, nice meeting you. And I was like, bye. Super cute. And I still felt like I don't know if he was waiting for me to ask something or if he was trying to decide whether he was going to ask anything further. But it was just like a little pause that I just didn't know how to fill the air with. Anyway, he passes, then I leave. So he's the car in front of me. We were going up the mountain. I think I might have it on my dash cam. But we were going up the mountain, and then I see him pull over. So then I was like, oh, maybe he is having car troubles. So I pull over, I roll down my window, and he gets out of the car, and he comes to my window, and he goes, is it okay if I give you my number? And I was like, yeah. So he gave me his number on the side of a mountain with his mom in the car. Honestly, it was a really cute, funny scenario. Now I just have to make it off this mountain before I can really breathe a sigh of relief. I am on my way to the beach. Wow, gotta get that golden hour. This is what I look like trying to get these videos. Laying down on the wall. It's 9:14 and I haven't eaten since like 9 this morning. I'm starving. So I'm at this place that's right by my hotel. So I'm back at the hotel. I was gonna go to the beach and I was gonna go to the Porto Monis's swimming pools, like ocean swimming pools. However, when I put in the GPS, it said it closed at 7, which was in 15 minutes from that time. So I went anyway just to take photos. It ended up being open, but then since it's on the ocean, it was really windy and I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get in. But I took an unhealthy amount of photos and videos. It was so beautiful. In Australia, we had a pool like that. It was called iceberg pool, where like the ocean water flows into the pool. It was very similar to that, but it was like waves and splashing. I think it's my second favorite place here on the island. My first is that rock formation from earlier today, but gorgeous, gorgeous. And it was golden hour, yada, yada, yada. Beautiful. I have so many photos just from there. I went a little crazy. I did. So in my Netherlands video, I talked about how traveling really opens up your eyes and it really makes you grateful for all the things that you have and gives you different perspectives. I am so grateful for flatness of Florida. And I've been really reflecting and whatnot, and I've been thinking about the things that I'm grateful for. I've been thinking the things that I miss from home, blah, blah, blah. I very much miss my car. And there's nothing wrong with this car. It's just that every single time I go over the speed limit by 5 kilometers. And sometimes you need to go over because you need to pass. Or you need to make it up a freaking mountain. So going over is very necessary sometimes. Because I very much normally stay by the speed limit. But it beeps. And it nonstop beeps for like a good couple seconds. And if you're constantly going up and down speeds because you need to adjust for a mountain, you need to adjust for a car that's going slow, you need to adjust, it drives me nuts. I very much miss my car that doesn't beep. This car has that automatic start and stop thing that you have to turn off every single time, because if you're on the top of a mountain and your engine just shuts off, that's not great. My car, that only activates like if I really step on the brakes. So I normally don't have to turn it off on a day-to-day because I'm not like hard pressing on the brakes, if that makes sense. Like for my car, there's different levels of pressing on the brakes. I'm very grateful that there are no mountains. Like obviously that's what makes the island beautiful, but I'm so grateful that I don't have to like worry about going through mountains, up and down mountains. Like this has been an adventure, obviously, but every single day I don't think I could do it. And then so basically where I was and my hotel is just along the north side of the island. So I was just essentially going from west to east. And so I had seen on my GPS that it was like, oh, this route was an hour and 10 minutes, and then the other route was an hour and 6 minutes. But the route that was an hour and 6 minutes went straight through the island, so it was going like from north to south. And I already knew from being on the island a little while that going north to south, you go basically through the mountains, which I really wanted to avoid because it was getting dark. So I picked the hour and 10 minute one, just even though it was a little longer, because it just looked like a general straight line across the top of the island. I should have known. I should just know that it's never as it seems on this island. I ended up going through Santana, which when Stein and I went through Santana is when was honestly the closest time I'd ever been in an accident. He was driving, but it wasn't his fault. It was just that a bus was coming around the corner, and you know, buses need a wider turn radius. So we almost hit the bus that was coming around the corner because there's no mirror that you could see that the bus was coming. So I was a little traumatized when I saw that I was going through Santana and that it was coast for a little bit, and then I did go into the mountains where I should have just taken the L and gone through, because at least I knew generally that that route had wider roads and I was a little more familiar, where I hadn't really traveled north on the north of the island from east to west. I've kind of gone on the south side of the island, east to west, and through. So this was like a very new kind of path for me. And once I saw that road that we almost hit the bus, I kind of got like, the roads were significantly skinnier than the ones that go through like north to south. So I'm glad I made it to the hotel pretty much when it got dark. So I wasn't driving completely in the dark, but it was still getting dark. But see, it's the little things in life. Like, is your car going to make it up the mountain? I don't have to worry about that in Florida. So I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do for the rest of my trip. I know on Sunday, Funchal is having their flower festival, so I'm going to check that out on Sunday. I do want to do a boat tour, like a nice one in terms of like a dolphin tour or whale watching tour, not that crazy. I did the boat from PR8 to the beginning, and that was crazy. I did not know what I was signing up for. Hopefully, like the dolphin whale watching one will be calmer weather and water for that. So that's what I mean by nice. Anyway, I've done all the hikes that I wrote down that I definitely wanted to hit. I did the Levada Nova, PR6 and 6.1. I did PR1, PR8, and then I did another one that Stein picked out. I forgot. I think it was PR11. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. But I think I've done a good amount of hikes. Plus, there's one right by my hotel. It's technically not a PR or a Levada or anything. It's actually, it says on the thing, a running path. But it's on the mountain. So, I don't know. I'm treating it as like a little hike. We'll see. But in terms of big hikes, I've done the ones that I wrote down I wanted to do. So now I don't really know what I want to do. Plus, I saw Monday and Tuesday the weather is going to be terrible according to the weather as of right now. As we know, weather in Madeira is crazy, so I don't really expect it to stay terrible, but who knows. But Sunday looked to be sunny or cloudy a little bit, but that's the flower festival. And then tomorrow, I think, depending on where you are in the island, it might be a little bit sunnier. I was like, oh, maybe I'll get up early, go back to Porto Moniz and go swimming in the pool and get closer pictures of the ocean, because the parts that were closest to the ocean were closed off. I do want to hit the aquarium, but that is over by there, so maybe I'll do both. I don't know. I'll have to see in the weather, because I also don't really want to be driving in the rain. Another option I do have that I kind of want to do is that I did see Fanal Forest when the weather was super clear. It was super nice. But Fanal Forest, like, the appeal of it is to go when it's foggy, because then it has like a mystical kind of vibe. So maybe since the weather is going to be a little bit overcast, it would be the perfect time to see it while it's foggy. But I'm not sure. One of the things that I read while researching to come here was to always check the webcams, and they have been incredibly helpful. I actually sent my mom a link to the webcam when I went to the rum festival, and she saw Stein and I on the webcam. And then a couple days ago, I went back to Funchal City Center, and I told Stein I was going to be on the webcam, so he saw me on the webcam while he was back in the Netherlands. So I think that's really fun. It's really cool.